Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. We're ending the week on Sunday, a beautiful Sunday afternoon with a 10-race card. Let's check out those track and weather conditions and then turn it over to track announcer Pete Aiello.
Racing at Gulfstream. From the center, Classic Film gets a sharp beginning. Kanan moves to him on the outside. See My Meister looking to work over from the high draw. He's a joint third with Back At Ya fighting the rating down toward the inside. Angling a bit was Globes to get out of the way of Back At Ya. Outside of him and Harry's on the beach. Palamonium is second last and Bad Gus is last of the 8 as Classic Film has a narrow lead tackled by Kanan. Kanan will not settle till he gets the lead, and he's there now. Speaking of not settling, that's been the story for Back At Ya from the start. He's now tugging his way up to challenge for control. 3 wide See My Meister as Classic Film backed off to race in 4th. Then it's Globes with Harry's on the beach and the green on the far outside. Palamonium is second last for Camacho and 3 to the trailer, Bad Gus. Opening quarter, 24-1, less than 5 furlongs to go. Diaz and Kanan in front to half a length. Back At Ya on the outside is their second. Classic Film together with See My Meister third and fourth. On from 5th, that's Harry's on the beach. Inside 6th and Globes. Back to 7th is Palamonium. Bad Gus remains 8th and last as they round the far turn. Back At Ya on the outside. Kanan toward the rail. See My Meister has been 3 wide on both turns, but he's very much a part of this. Back behind the speed is Classic Film. Then Harry's on the beach, and they're at the top of the stretch. On the far outside, See My Meister continues to close, and now he makes a clear lead. No place to go for Classic Film. Harry's on the beach and Palamonium drifting in deep stretches. See My Meister, he's way out in the center, but he's also way out in front. See My Meister. Miguel Vasquez, 3-length winners. Harry's on the beach was second. Globes got third, then Palamonium. Close for 5th, Back At Ya, Kanan, 131 and 2. They're out the post. And they're off. Good start out wide for Cozy Cafe. Down at the inside, Bordeaux Legacy with My Beauty Princess moving up. Into the top flight goes Illusions of Love. Fast Life Between Horses. They're 5 across early. They've gone 4 ahead of Too Legit to Quit, then Aspropodia, and JD's Vista is last. Down the backstretch they go. My Beauty Princess and Romero Mirage stride forward to a half-length advantage. Bordeaux Legacy is second. Illusions of Love third. Out in the center, that's the race favorite, Cozy Cafe, racing in 4th. Down at the inside goes Too Legit to Quit. She tries to get inside of Fast Life. Not much room there. 3 back to JD's Vista, and the trailer is Aspropodia. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter. And here's Cozy Cafe moving after My Beauty Princess. My Beauty Princess about to lose the lead to Cozy Cafe. From the back, Too Legit to Quit in the clear. And on the go now was 5th, now 4th, now 3rd, now 2nd. And moving out the leader through a 45 and 4 opening half mile. Cozy Cafe got the jump on Too Legit to Quit and turns for home on top. Running home from the back is JD's Vista for a slice, but Cozy Cafe has turned away the initial challenge from Too Legit to Quit and has 2 lengths to hold on. Too Legit to Quit, who's still second. JD's Vista's up to 3rd. Zayas and Cozy Cafe driven out. Too Legit to Quit is clearly second behind Cozy Cafe, who's in front. Too Legit to Quit was second. JD's Vista is in a photo for 3rd, and it got very close. Aspropodia charging at her in 124 and 4. inch back to last at the break was Tony Small. Good start from the inside for Brasstown, who's headed off for the early advantage. At the rail, Royal Squeeze won't let him get far, and Blessed Journey joins them on the far outside. Away in fourth and Causalistic, a gap of 3. That's Devoted Kitten improving inside of Il Ferione, and after a terrible start, Tony Small finds himself far back early. Out of the chute onto the main course, they complete a quarter with Brasstown putting up the numbers. Down at the inside and moving challenges Royal Squeeze. These two going pretty quickly. They've opened 4 on Causalistic, who's racing in third. Blessed Journey was with the leaders at the start, but he's back to fourth now, a length and a half better than Devoted Kitten. 2 more to Il Ferione and 2.5 to Tony Small. They make their way half a mile from the finish. Royal Squeeze now takes the lead for Torres and moves away by a length. Brasstown tries to go after him second. 3 back to an inside running Causalistic. Then Blessed Journey, a gap of 3 more to Devoted Kitten ahead of Tony Small and Il Ferione last. The pace has been quick, and these top 2 continue to badger each other as Blessed Journey tries to run home 3 wide, looking for room in Causalistic. 4 back to Tony Small, then Devoted Kitten. There's a quarter of a mile left to go. Royal Squeeze still the target. On the outside in Blessed Journey from between Brasstown. Running home from the back is Tony Small. He cuts the corner with 3/16 to go. On the outside, Brasstown for a narrow lead. Blessed Journey over the top. Royal Squeeze very game. 3 in line with 1/8 of a mile to go. Who do you like here? Down the center, Blessed Journey from between Brasstown. Up the fence, Royal Squeeze. Brasstown takes the lead. Brasstown would not be denied. Brasstown wins a half a length. Blessed Journey was second. Royal Squeeze third in the third. And they're off. Twice Too Many gets the first call with the Great Oz on the outside away with speed. This big favorite, Whirl Candy, was a bit sluggishly, racing second last, far back to the trailer, Dalio, who checked early. Twice Too Many has the lead by 2 over the Great Oz in second. Alato is third. Jump Back Jack races in fourth, about 2 better than Whirl Candy, and still a distance to Dalio. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Twice Too Many trying to get out. Twice Too Many way out in the center. The Great Oz takes advantage of the benefit, and he's now on to challenge. Alato is next. Whirl Candy needs room as Jump Back Jack's got him boxed in with a quarter of a mile left to go. Off the turn on the stretch drive, Sammy Camacho, and the Great Oz come away with the lead. From the outside, Alato down the center. Twice Too Many checked hard with a rough trip as Whirl Candy. Here's Whirl Candy, still has time up the fence. Final 16th of a mile. Alato takes aim at the Great Oz. The Great Oz is in front. The Great Oz and Sammy Camacho to win it. Second, Alato. Third, Whirl Candy after a tough run. Fourth, Twice Too Many. Then Jump Back Jack in 55 and 4. And they're off. From the center, Nimble Beast was centaured by Fuentes to try to secure the lead. Ranger Up moving to him on the outside, wider than them, and Uncaptured King into the top flight. Splitting horses, Prospect Project as they run out of the chute. It's Nimble Beast who has a neck in front. Ranger Up is with him. Alistair is now moving between horses. Uncaptured King's on the far outside. They're 4 across the course ahead of Uncle Kevin, who's very wide on the course. Then Prospect Projects and 90 Days of Winter. Driving through at the inside, Strong Ending is in the green colors and moving closer. He's only about 4 lengths off the pace setter. Then it's a gap of 2 to Tons of Gold together with Power. Down at the rail, Please Sit Down is ahead of only 1, and that's the trailer Ingraido. 24 seconds for the opening quarter, 5 furlongs left to go. Now they're half a mile from the finish. Nimble Beast leads by a length. Alistair second, Ranger Up third, Strong Ending fourth. Prospect Project is back to fifth on Uncaptured King and 90 Days of Winter. Trying to wind it up well wide is Uncle Kevin. Down at the inside, Please Sit Down, Hunt's Racing Room. Tons of Gold and Power next, and Ingraido is last. Anybody's race here past the 5/16 as Nimble Beast has turned away the challenge of Ranger Up and leads by a length and a quarter. Ranger Up's going to try him again. Uncaptured King on the far outside. These top three now have separation on Alistair, who's back to fourth. Please sit down with a ton to do. Top of the lane, Nimble Beast is still in front, but Ranger Up is trying hard, and he's now starting to gather him in. Ranger Up takes the lead with an eighth of a mile to go. Uncaptured King tries to get Nimble Beast for second, but Ranger Up rising to the occasion late. Ranger Up will win it for Victor Barboza Jr. by a length in the end. Uncaptured King second, Nimble Beast third, then Please Sit Down, and strong ending. By 3, by 4, and moving away. And they're off. Clean beginning. From the rail, Mercy gets the first call from the favorite Sugar Fix, who's away in second. Up on the outside, Aficionado's an early third. In hand, fourth, Zodiac Princess, followed by Money Factor and Is Adorable Aida. The early trailer is our Kelly Kim. They race now to the first turn, and Christian Torres settles Mercy out on the top end. She leads by almost 2. Sugar Fix is second. At the rail, Zodiac Princess is third. Aficionado races on from fourth. Now moving up on the outside, and our Kelly Kim around Is Adorable Aida, and Money Factor is last. Around the far clubhouse turn they go. The opening quarter was pretty energetic here, 23 seconds flat, 23-1 in fact, as Mercy leads Sugar Fix, and Sugar Fix is now moving a bit closer second. And third is Zodiac Princess, racing from the inside, and on the outside an Aficionado, a gap of 3. That's on the inside is Adorable Aida, outside an Kelly Kim. The trailer is Money Factor, 47-1 for the opening half mile. Patiently handled here is this 3 to 5 shot Sugar Fix. She's flanking Mercy, who still has the lead, and she's been in front from the outset. Zodiac Princess is third at the rail, outside an Aficionado. Then back to the fence and is Adorable Aida together with Kelly Kim. Money Factor is last as they round the far turn. Zayas waiting as long as he can to move on Sugar Fix. She's within a neck of Mercy, third, and Zodiac Princess. Kelly Kim has to go wide on the course after 3 quarters, and 111 flat. Sugar Fix has now made the lead with an eighth of a mile more to get. Zodiac Princess off cover to try to track her down. Sugar Fix is in front. Zodiac Princess has momentum on the outside. Here comes Zodiac Princess surging up now, and Zodiac Princess turns the tables on Sugar Fix and beats her by a length. It's close for third between Mercy and on an onrushing Kelly Kim in 140-3. And they're off. Beautiful beginning. Soon after the start, Camacho got after Tonalist Shape to show some tactical speed. Crumbun has the same idea as Starship Nala and Victor LeBron are up to challenge Starship Bonita for the early lead. Starship Nala takes back, Starship Bonita kicks on, but Crumbun is ahead in front. Outside in our fantasy moving a bit closer as Total of Shape is in hand behind the speed, and Don't Get Cozy is out in the center, last of the 6, separated by 4 in the run past the opening quarter. Christian Torres and Crumbun by a neck. Our Fantasy 3 wide at the rail, Starship Bonita. From 4th in Starship Nala, then Tonal of Shape, and 2 back to Don't Get Cozy. That's the 6 of them as they move less than 5 furlongs from home. Our Fantasy on the far outside is in hand. Starship Bonita is asked to kick toward the rail. Crumbun is between horses. In hand 4th is Starship Nala, ridden while 5th Tonal of Shape, and still at the back, Don't Get Cozy. Around the far turn they go, 3 wide. Our Fantasy is up to take the lead from the rail. Starship Bonita continues to fight on. Starship Nala, meanwhile, wheels into the clear. Tonal of Shape is 5 wide and not responding. And still last is Don't Get Cozy. So the 2 favorites are coming under pressure here. They're not out of it, but they'll have to pick up their feet as they straighten for the drive. It's Crumbun who comes away with the lead. On the far outside, Tonal of Shape down at the rail in Starship Bonita. From between Starship Nala, a late run from Don't Get Cozy, and she's going best of all late. Final 16th of a mile. They're across the course here. Don't Get Cozy is surging up on the outside, and Don't Get Cozy goes last to first to win. Close for second, Crumbun or Tonal of Shape, then Starship Nala in the 7th. And they're off. Spen Benjamin's away quickly from his inside draw. Splitting horses, Poco Charlie is on to challenge, and up on the outside, Broadway Pete won't be far away. Now here's Sovereign Warrior on the stretch out, and he's up to take over. Sovereign Warrior leads a length and a quarter from Broadway Pete in second and Spen Benjamin's third. Complex System fighting the rating. Hard to handle between horses. Cramden's on the far outside and Template is with them. A gap of 2 to Cuey, then Poco Charlie. Out the back, New York Style. The opening quarter in 23-1. Sovereign Warrior trying to stretch his speed. He leads by a length over Broadway Pete in second, Spen Benjamin's third. Complex System together with Template. The favorites are 4th and 5th. Outside 6 goes Cramden, 7th at the rail and Cuey. 8th is Poco Charlie, and that means New York Style is 9th and last as they make their way past the half-mile marker. Sovereign Warrior to the far turn went 45-4 for the opening half mile. Broadway Pete second, Spen Benjamin's his third. Template being asked to quicken, not doing so yet. Complex System just a neck ahead of him. He's also being called on for a run. At the rail, Cuey's got some run, but he needs a way through. Trying to follow him is New York Style with Cramden, and they're at the top of the stretch. Sovereign Warrior has the lead. Cuey's got a good run through there, and he might be good enough to quicken through. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Sovereign Warrior still the target with the rail advantage. It's Cuey trying to get through. Things get tight for him as they come past the 16th pole. Sovereign Warrior is in front. Cuey is second, still trying to get through, but Sovereign Warrior turned him away. Sovereign Warrior went gate to wire to win it over Cuey second in 128-1. And they're off. He's second in the 2-path. Ground on her inside. Race. And a quarter of a mile to go, and he's 6 on top. It's last of the 12 as they roll into the backstretch. And they're off. Not an especially quick beginning for Wandering West. In fact, he was last into stride alongside Rebelde. Others scrimmage for early control as Spear Gun sent through inside to put a neck in front. Diamonds Enjoy moving to him on the outside and front-loaded as away in early third. Racing fourth is Pudding, a gap of 2. That's Malibu Max. And then at the 3 at the back are Rebelde, September 10, and Wandering West. 5/8 left to run. Spear Gun on the inside. Diamonds Enjoy on the outside. Their heads apart. Pudding well spotted. Third off the flank of the top duo. Fourth at the inside and front loaded. Followed fifth by Malibu Max. Then Wandering West. Second last is September 10. And now the trailer is Rebelde. 22-1 for the opening quarter. Around the far turn they go. 3 wide and Pudding and Chantel up to put a neck in front. From the inside, Spear Gun begins to drop back. So too does Diamonds Enjoy. Looking for room is front loaded. Wide on the course is Malibu Max. Wandering West needs to do a ton better. He's not responding. Rebelde trying to find clear racetrack through a 45-second half mile. Less than a quarter of a mile to come. And Pudding kicks clear now. He leads by 2.5. Down the center, Malibu Max up the fence and front loaded. Back to fourth, Rebelde. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Pudding trying to get home here. Still clear on the top end. From the inside, front loaded. From the outside, Malibu Max, then Rebelde. But at 5-1, it's Pudding and Chantel in front. Second, front loaded. Third, Malibu Max. Fourth, Rebelde. And fifth was September 10 in 1:22 and 4. And runners away. The 3 favorites were the first 3 out. Hustle Queen from the far outside, Kick Out the Gems from between, and Uptown Queen toward the rail. Also in that top flight went Lila's Mark. She's now backed off to race fourth. Tis of a Deal is at the rail. They're followed by Ruby and the Stars and Twice 14. The 2 at the back, Quiet Strength and Our Girl. In the run around the first turn, Chantel Sutherland and Kick Out the Jams has the lead by almost 2. Hustle Queen second, Uptown Queen third. On from fourth, it's Tis of a Deal with Lila's Mark on her outside. Wide on the course and gaining a bit of ground is Our Girl. Just inside her went Twice 14. Shuffled back Ruby and the Stars, and the trailer is still Quiet Strength. 23-2 for the opening quarter as they make their way past the 5/8. Kick Out the Jams has the lead and leads by a length and a quarter now. Also Queen second, Uptown Queen angled for room. She's now third. Back to fourth and Tis of a Deal. Down at the inside goes Twice 14. 3 wide and Our Girl with Lila's Mark. Still at the back are Quiet Strength and Ruby and the Stars as they make their way to the far turn. 47-4 for the opening half-mile speed. And now 3 wide. There goes Uptown Queen to challenge Kick Out the Jams. Back to third and Hustle Queen. Tis of a Deal is next. Running home a bit from the back is Twice 14, and they're at the top of the stretch. 3 quarters, 1:11-3. They turn in. Uptown Queen has the lead and gets away from Kick Out the Jams and Hustle Queen. Twice 14 down the center, but at even money, Uptown Queen is getting away. Uptown Queen is gone in the finale under Amisael Jaramillo. She'll win by 5 in the end. Twice 14 gets up for second. Kick Out the Jams was third. Then it was Quiet Strength and Tis of a Deal to complete your high five in 136 flat.
And that wraps up Sunday's action and the week's action. We're docked for live racing until Friday, Twilight Friday at 2 p.m. We got a 9-race card. But don't forget, you can always come out to Gulfstream Park and wager on the races from Saratoga and Del Mar in our state-of-the-art Silks Simulcast Center. And, of course, you can watch and wager on all the First Bet wagering platforms. Good night. Good luck. See you on Friday.